Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, it is a Friday. Happy Friday to you wherever you're joining us from today. So glad we're here together. And you know, when we're back with our dance, it is a Friday. Thank you so much for joining in, and glad you are here with me. Thank you for being here. Please, as always, let us know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you, so we can indeed say good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here, and glad we're here together. It is a lovely Friday, beginning of Friday out here in Oakland, California. Thank you so much for being here. Please let us know how it is where you are. I know it's been hot, cold, different places, but I hope that you are enjoying the weather no matter what, or indeed enjoying great books. Some reading weather out there for sure. Thank you so much for being here today, and we bring back another 4 beautiful book, and this one is called Evelyn and REY is Moving Away, and this one is written by Medina and illustrations by Sonia Sanchez, and we're reading it with permission of the publishers Candlewick Press. Thank you so much for joining in for this one, and a big thank you indeed to Candlewick for allowing us to share this wonderful book right here on Storytime on this beautiful Friday morning. Thank you for being here and welcome. Absolutely appreciate you. And you know, too, that there's been mention of banning books, and who does that? Banning books and all kinds of things. And one of those books that has been, talked about is Say Her Name. And this one is written by Zeta Elliott and illustrations by Lavis Wise. And we will continue to read these books because there's powerful messages in here for all of us, opening our minds. Don't ban, read, and talk about the issues that are discussed in those books. So this one is our feature for today, our special spotlight, and this one is called Say Her Name. This one is written by Zeta Elliott. Powerful poems indeed. And if you know Zeta Elliott, you know this one is a must-see. So if you go to the library, or when you do go to the library, please do check this one out and get to enjoy the many poems in here, beautiful ones. I won't get to read any of them today, but please do find this one, Say Her Name. Thank you so much for joining in today. We do have a wonderful story still to read, and this one is called Evelyn and REY is Moving Away. So get comfortable, get cozy, and join in for that one very, very shortly. Let us see who is with us this morning, ready to enjoy a wonderful story. Good morning to you, Erin and Clara. Thank you so much for joining us. Very chilly, 35 degrees this morning in Massachusetts. Oh my goodness. And here I was thinking that it is cold out here. No. Thank you so much for sharing. Please, I hope that you are staying warm. I hope that indeed you found that nice, cozy spot for story time. Erin, Clara, great to have you here. And of course, Tara McNamara, thank you so much for joining in story time today. Absolutely appreciate you. Thank you all for joining us. Please, if you're here, let us know you're here so we can say hi to you. And of course, for those that will be joining us later on for the recording, sending you love from the heart. And hopefully you have a wonderful weekend indeed. Remember that you can find Storytime live 7 a.m. Pacific time right here on YouTube and Facebook, but also you can find us at storytimewithmrlamada.com. And in that vein too, just one message. Remember too that on Thursday, October 27th, Storytime Live will be at 6:30 instead of 7 a.m., instead of our regular 7 a.m. Pacific time. So please remember that. And of course, if you miss us, you can always catch the recording at 7 and then catch it at 11 and then catch it at your own convenience at storytimewithmrlamada.com. Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely love it that we are here together. Yes, indeed. Get comfortable, get cozy, get ready. Yes, go grab that nice drink, go grab that snack, and we're getting started with our story very shortly. Evelyn and REY is moving away. Get comfortable, and we'll be getting started very shortly. Who else is with us this morning? Good morning to you, Pamela, Courtney. How are you doing today? And of course, Braylon and Chad, how are you doing out in Nakitash, Louisiana? Hugs, hugs, hugs to you. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And Chad, this one's for you. Bye-bye. Thank you indeed for joining in. Absolutely love it. Glad that we are here together. Yes, a wonderful morning. Thankful for these beautiful mornings that we get to spend together. Thank you for taking your time to be here with us to read a story. Thank you so much for joining us. Good morning to you, Soraya. How are you doing right here in Oakland? Thank you so much for joining us. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you for joining in. And remember our special mention for today, if you have not checked it out at your local library yet, is Say Her Name. This book out there from Zita Elliott. Love it so much, and I am sure you would enjoy it too. Thank you so much. And we know too that, like I mentioned, there's been, a ban on books and all kinds of things happening. Please go out there and support our authors. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And of course, too, support justice and the talk about justice. We need to put the word out there and continue. The work continues. It never stops. And so, yes, let us be proactive. Thank you so much for joining in. Get ready. Get comfortable, get cozy. Evelyn and REY is moving away, coming up very, very shortly. This one from Medina and illustrations by Sonia Sanchez. And of course, being read with permission of the publishers, Candlewick Press. Thank you so much for joining in, and we'll see you on the other side very, very shortly. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime today, and I hope that you do indeed enjoy the lovely book that we have for you today. Here we go. Join me on the other side of this one.
Hey, this is Timothy Goodspeed of the Soapbox Salute. I'm the one who wrote Storytime's theme song. If you'd like to hear more of my protest folk music, you can check out the links below on Instagram or at my website. You are watching Storytime with Mr. Lamada.
Thank you indeed, Timothy Dixon. Welcome back. And also, I must say too that the Storytime theme song is now available on Bandcamp. And if you just look up the Soapbox Salute on Bandcamp, you'll be able to find the Storytime theme song, and you can enjoy that one too at your convenience. Thank you so much for joining in. So remember, Bandcamp, and find the Storytime theme song. And we'll try and put it on other platforms as well. But thank you so much for being here. All right, here we go. Evelyn and REY is moving away. This one from Medina and Sonia Sanchez, and of course being read with permission of the publishers, Candlewick Press. Oh. Evelyn and REY is moving away. Oh. And I love the dedications in this book too, and I'll just read them, and because I think they apply to all of us. It says, to Kate Fletcher, who always helps me find a way to the heart of a child's story. Yeah, to all of you out there that help us keep finding these books, keep searching for these books, always helping to find our way to the heart of children's stories. And the second one from Sonia Sanchez says, for my friend Tanya, although I no longer see you each day, I have you in my heart. You are my friend and my treasure. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Yes. And as we're growing kids, we'll come across friends that we love so much, and sometimes they'll have to move away. But hopefully you know, we keep them in our hearts and they keep us in their hearts too. So this one, Evelyn and Ray is moving away, coming to you from Meg Medina and Sonia Sanchez and Candlewick Press. Evelyn Del Rey is my mejor amiga, my numero uno best friend. Mwah. Come play, Daniela, she says, just like she always does. Just like today is any other day. Oh. Who is your mejor amiga or mejor amigo? Who is it? Are you going to see them today? Yeah. Come play, Daniela, she says, just like she always does. Just like today is any other day. Look at those beautiful fall leaves. Oh my. So I bundle up and cross the street. A big truck with its mouth wide open is parked at the curb, ready to gobble up Evelyn's mirror with the stickers around the edge, her easel for painting on rainy days, and the sofa that we bounce on to get to the moon. Oh, sounds like fun times at Evelyn's. Oh, yes. Moving can be hard, right? Oh, lots to do. Packing up, unpacking, which can take forever too. I moved months ago now and I haven't finished unpacking yet. She is waiting for me inside the iron doors. Then we climb the steps 2 at a time, just like we always do. Oh. Can you climb steps 2 at a time? Yes. Then we climb the steps 2 at a time, just like we always do. We sneak past grouchy Mr. Miller's door, and we wave to Mr. Sue, who's feeding pigeons from the hall window. Senora Flores gives us each a cookie and says, "It's the big day," when we walk by. Oh, can I have a cookie too, Senora Flores? Oh, is it chocolate chip cookie? That's my favorite. What's yours? Oh. Our apartments are almost twins, just like us. That's why I already knew all the good places for hide and seek and the spot behind the heater where we keep our special finds. Yes, our apartments are almost twins, just like us. That's why I already knew all the good places for hide and seek and the spot behind the heater where we keep our special finds. Oh. But the walls in Evelyn's room are sunny yellow, while mine are pink like cotton candy. And I live with my mommy and a hamster, and she has a mommy, a pappy, and a cat. We're mostly the same, just like our apartments, but not after today. What's happening after today? Yes, we're mostly the same, just like our apartments, but not after today. We find still, just making sure I didn't skip a page. We find a still empty box near the door. In no time, I am a bus driver steering us all over the city. We play until the tables that were bus stops are gone and the beds that were skyscrapers have vanished too. When we look around, everything has disappeared except us. Oh. Yes. Fun. While the move is happening around us. We find a still empty box near the door. In no time, I am a bus driver steering us all over the city. We play until the tables that were bus stops are gone, and the beds that were skyscrapers have vanished too. When we look around, everything has disappeared except us. Ah. Soon, the truck outside rumbles off, and there is a knock on the door. Hide, hide, we say, giggling, just like we always do. But our mothers see us before we can slip away. Time to go, Mommy says. Time to go. Oh no. Hide, we say, giggling, just like we always do. Evelyn and I hold hands in that wide, empty space. We lean back and start to spin in circles, faster and faster until everything is a blur around us. Our fingers slip, but we don't let go until we wobble to the floor. We can talk every day after school, I tell her, though the world is still whirling. And you can visit me this summer, she says, and spend the night. Oh my, the sleepover. That sounds cool. Yes, we can talk every day after school, I tell her, though the world is still whirling. And you can visit me this summer, she says, and spend the night. Oh. But I know that tomorrow everything will be different. Evelyn will be in a new home that doesn't match mine. Oh. But I know that tomorrow everything will be different. Evelyn will be in a new home that doesn't match mine. Oh. Before we leave, I spot something in the corner, left behind in the dust. It's the last of Evelyn's sparkly stickers. We go downstairs and I press a heart onto her cheek to seal our promise. Then she does mine just the same. Yes, I spot something left behind in the dust. We go downstairs and I press a heart on her cheek to seal our promise. And she does the same on mine. Oh, sweet. We say patata while Mommy takes a photo. We do our secret handshake one more time. And then Evelyn hugs me hard. Aww. Yeah. We do our secret handshake one more time. And then Evelyn hugs me hard. Evelyn Del Rey is moving away, so she won't be right here anymore. Evelyn Del Rey is moving away, so she won't be right here anymore. Mommy says not to be sad, that we will both make new friends. But when Evelyn waves one last time, the stickers still on her cheeks, I know she will always be my first mejor amiga, my numero uno best friend. Ah. So sweet, isn't it? Mommy says not to be sad, that we will both make new friends. But when Evelyn waves one last time, the stickers still on her cheeks, I know she will always be my first mejor amiga, my numero uno best friend. The one I will always know by heart. Aw. Do you see in that picture what's happening? Yes, the one I will always know by heart. Is that letters? And that's the end. Thank you so much for joining in today. Join me on the other side of this story, on the other side of this short break. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
My name is Zetta Elliott, and I am the author of 40 books for kids, including Dragons in a Bag and A Place Inside of Me. You're watching Storytime with Mr. Lamata.
Thank you indeed, Zeta. Thank you everybody for joining in Storytime. This one, definitely one that goes straight for the heart. Thank you so much for joining in. I love this book. I hope that you enjoyed it. This one is called Evelyn and REY is Moving Away. And of course, it is coming from the award-winning Medina and of course, Sonia Sanchez. Thank you so much for joining in. And of course, we were reading it with permission of Candlewick Press. A big appreciation to them for allowing us to share such wonderful material here on Storytime. Thank you for being here. This one brings tears to my eyes. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that it takes you through that roller coaster of a ride indeed. Thank you so much for joining in. And it makes me think, just think of my own good friends that I've had to leave apart from for such a long time, but ones that I care about. Katota, you're one of them, my brother. Thank you so much. Always appreciate you. And one of my longest, actually, probably, my longest serving friend. I've known this one since I was 5.5, 6. And we're still good friends. Msonda, I hope you're well out there in Zambia. And I think I know who I'm going to be calling today after story time. Yeah, lots of good friends and just good memories. Thank you for this wonderful book. Thank you for joining in story time today. And I hope that, your friendships last. And indeed, sometimes we do move away. Sometimes life takes over and we don't see people as much as we would want to. But I hope that you can still stay connected, that connection. Now, your hearts stay connected, and hopefully when you meet each other, you take off from right where you left off. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. A very beautiful book today coming to us from Medina. Wonderful, wonderful indeed. And I hope that it resonates with you too. Kids too out there, I hope that you enjoy those times that you spend with your mejor amigos. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And again, remember too, our special mention for today is Say Her Name. This one is by Zetta Elliott and illustrations by Lavis Wise. And beautiful book, powerful poems in here, and wonderful, wonderful indeed, ones that we go back to many, many times. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. And also just a quick reminder too, the midterm elections are coming up. So please remember too, that if you haven't voted, yes, ballots are in. Let us make sure that we vote. Please play your part. If you can, of course, if you're able to play your part. And there are other ways too. If we're not, for whatever reasons, we're not able to actually cast a vote, put a vote, can we phone bank? Can we be out there, helping people understand who to vote for, what policies are being put out there? Because, your voice matters. And this is the beauty of a democracy, that we're able to have a say in things that are happening. Please do not sit back. Go out there and let us play our part. Thank you so much. And I know that sometimes it's so disappointing because our leaders let us down so badly, and we feel like we just don't want to participate in it all. But I still think we should, because it matters. If we want to remove people who are not doing the job right. Let's get them out. And if we have people who are doing the job right, let's make sure that we keep them in there and still hold them accountable to keep those high standards. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely love it that you are here. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope that indeed you do enjoy this lovely Friday. I hope that it is indeed a lovely Friday for you and yours. Thank you so much for being here. Much love from me. And before we go, let us just see one more time who is with us this morning enjoying that wonderful story. Thank you, Erin and Clara, and of course Tara McNamara out in cold Massachusetts today. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope that you do find those warm spaces indeed, and of course the warm places like Evelyn and REY here. Yes, this wonderful book. Warm indeed. One that definitely warms the heart. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And Pamela Courtney, good morning to you. Chad and Braylon, thank you so much for joining us out in Natchitoches, Louisiana. I hope that you have a wonderful Friday and, of course, a wonderful weekend too. And, of course, we'll be back here for Storytime on Monday, just like we always do. God willing, of course. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely love it. Good morning to you one more time. Soraya, hugs, right here in Oakland. And of course, Sharon Lungo. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope that you do have a wonderful day at school today. You do have a wonderful day in all that you do. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Tara, Erin, and Clara, thank you. And you have a wonderful weekend. Hugs from me, and I will see you again on Monday for more Storytime. Thank you for being here. Oh my goodness. I love this space so much. Love you all, and I hope that you are indeed well, and indeed you do have a wonderful weekend, whatever you are doing. Thank you for being here. This has been Storytime for today. This has been Storytime for this wonderful Friday morning. This has been Storytime for this week. I hope you've enjoyed every single story that we have brought for you. Thank you so much for being here. Blessed, how are you doing, my brother? Thank you so much for joining in. I am still bummed that I missed you the time I came to Vermont, but honestly, on my next visit, I will definitely get in touch much sooner, and so we can definitely connect. Thank you. Good to see you here. Absolutely love it. I hope that you have a wonderful day out there in Vermont, and I hope it's not too cold. Thank you so much for joining in. Good to see you here, my brother. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed. Have a wonderful day, and this has been Storytime for today. Thank you for being here. Much love from me, and bye-bye, everybody.
Storytime with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, Storytime with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing Storytime with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, Storytime with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing Storytime with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely. Won't you start all the reading. We just can't wait to be reading. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be